Next one is, I think, 12-ish games from the TMN tournament that was on Tuesday for Blade.
Was it Mixed Masters?
The Training Mode Network.
What was it called?
The one I was
that
helping with Tuesday, yeah.
Gotcha. Was that their first one? I remember seeing a post somewhere. Okay.
Yes, that was their first one.
Le Boomer.
Yeah, they're next. But for now... Alright, I believe this is the start. The main question was how to deal with Philia. It's broad, but we'll see, and I think they said it was only the last set that was actually against Philia, so for now,
Gotcha.
nothing particular of note.
When should I be trying the PvGC? It all depends on the options of your opponent and what character you're fighting in particular.
Yeah, it
very broad.
That gets into the nitty-gritty of a lot of things, and at least the way I learned was honestly just... This is also because I don't enjoy labbing as much. I would straight up just push block if I noticed them doing something. I'd try. I'd try PBGC reversal, or I'd try PBGC jab. And then I just take a note of what works, what doesn't, and kind of where things look good and where they didn't. I did it a lot by trial by fire. You can also just, like, I'm struggling with this block string. Go into lab, put the bot on repeat, and just try and get out of it.
Don't lose that. Well, no problem. Also, Bill, that is so good. What, they size what?
Counter. Fair enough, yeah. Wrong greed.
Bagging up. Bagging up. Bagging up.
Oh, that didn't quite catch her. I'm surprised.
We're attacking a lot.
Yeah.
Not for that. Ooh.
Brave.
That would have been an SSK punish right there, actually. Actually, they could have E-break too.
Yep.
Oh, what?
Oh, Karchevi punch? Alright. We're playing quite a patient game for Bend. I like it. I love to see it. You train, take the Oki, I agree. Do we have
we had a little more combo to be doing there.
Yeah. Also, I think instead of SSJing, I would have just tried to brass there.
Yeah.
Because H-brass gives sliding knockdown with OTG, right? Or is that...
Okay. Yeah, H-brass gives sliding knockdown. M would have given you the OTG bounce. Either or, though. Would have been nice.
Wait, we're in?
Oh, they went for Grippy? Okay. Good job. Hold on. Oh. Oh.
Didn't get the...
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Right. Are we paying attention to the time?
Oh, true. Time becoming a factor. Fire. Punk. Hell.
Oh, nice.
Oh, fascinating. Cool.
I was about to say, you definitely opt to be a lot more of a zoning Dahlia.
Yeah.
But you finally chose to go in. Okay. And then I think still a big thing for your Dahlia. I've noted this before. Getting confirms off of her jump heavy kick is incredibly important. So I would probably work if you're gonna spend time in the lab. I would say that's where you should probably focus your time. If they don't have to respect that button, if they can like say, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of damage and not worry about anything else that happens after, it becomes a lot less terrifying of a space control tool. Alright, push pop. So if you're asking about where's a good place to see, I'm pretty sure you get a PBGC before here. And obviously this depends on character, but if you see her going for the overhead like she is going here, you can just jab here. You can also go for your counter if you didn't want to go for like the reactive, pretty intense choice and just like, okay, I'm a counter here.
Yeah, you didn't necessarily have to push block right there. You could have just let the Rekka rock, because from Rekka to that axe kick is not a true block there.
And so
hit the counter in between.
Yeah, and so bringing back the point of not doing PBGC invincible reversal. When I know you were here earlier, I was saying this game doesn't really have much gapless pressure. PBGCs are a way to force a gap, and so that's when you really can check certain things. And then people also do put gaps or delays behind random things, and then you can check them during that if they're doing that while you can PBGC. Her jab 7 frames, it feels a little bit scary to commit to it, but it's honestly not that bad. The one thing we need to worry about is it getting low profiled more than it getting outsped. Because it does hit pretty, has the similar downside of Eliza jab.
That was a good counter, just a little too early.
I would have really liked to see a falling button here. This is just me. I really like pressing falling buttons after push blocking an air thing, especially an assist. It depends on how cheeky you want to be. Yeah, and then unfortunate, just wrong read on the counter. That happens.
Whoa!
Side swap?
I don't think we know. Yeah.
Understandable. You don't need to have this.
No, that was a hard. We'll say. Even I'm hesitant to do it because it's hard.
What are you pressing? Oh, I think we just push block too early. Wait, what was that? We could have tucked. Yeah. That's a little bit of just knowing when to expect a blue bounce might come. Yep. If they're giving us the space, we can just walk slowly, menacingly at them. We've got the corner. Didn't quite. Right idea going for throws. They just press jab, which is. That happens.
Oh no! The anti-glitch.
Yeah. So we push block here. Pretty sure you get a PBGC pillar here. Yeah.
No, that was pretty punish actually.
Yeah, you also probably could have jabbed here.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so if you were slightly less afraid, again, this also, a lot of it is reacting to exactly what your opponent's doing, which is, it's hard. Like, I do this a lot, but I also recognize my pattern recognition and my, just like defensive habits are really strong for this game. But these are the sort of things I'm looking for when it's coming to PBGCs. And then like you don't even need to necessarily jab here. If you go, okay, I'm gonna PB here, and they called their assist, one thing you can do as Parasol is just say, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna do my level 3. Pillar before level 3 prevents them from being able to react post flash, because low Lamau Parasol level 3 doesn't have anything hit stop. But if you don't cancel immediately, I don't think Anti-Sting or even Point Blank wins. I need to check that to be 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh. Where does she land?
Here. Right there.
Just as a general habit, when you see a hit like this in the air, dash forward. You get random pickups off of air pillar all the time without needing to bikes. Yes, so level 3, if you LE grit, you can LE grit during her level 3. And And as long as you have OTG, you can just sprint after them and pick them up as it ends. I highly recommend using standing light kick ×2 to just OTG them and make sure it picks up both for a happy birthday, because her medium kick is incredibly inconsistent. Yeah. I can go into the lab after these replays and kind of talk about it. Oh.
Change to the cat. It's a low.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of talk about this now because it's also similar to how I deal with Philia. Taking space is perfectly fine. Understanding that they are going to be running at you is like the most important thing for these matchups, and so you need to find a way to dissuade that. I personally really like M-Shot and L-Tier Toss. M-Shot because it stops Misfortune's dash, like she can low profile her other ones. Obviously you need to be doing it when she's close enough to get hit by it, otherwise you're just asking for trouble. And then L-Toss, so you jump like right here. This is where I do L-Toss and like falling jump light punch or falling jump heavy punch. Timing is pretty important, because if you do this when they're too close to you, you can't just get jabbed out of it because of how fast, more so Fortune is than Philia. But having that time to set up, or just doing the L-Toss, making them think you're gonna dead it, they stop in their tracks, you land right behind it, and then they still have a tier they have to go through that you can always detonate with stand medium punch in like 8 frames. I forget exactly how fast the button is, but it's a pretty fast way to just stuff IADs entirely. So they kind of almost always have to respect it when it's in front of them. Because not putting up any resistance ends up having the Russian character run all over you.
Or you're trying so hard to dash backwards.
Oh, that's
no!
Yeah,
We're still a block stuff.
Yep. And so, your Parasol, name of the game is preemptive buttons. We're seeing a lot of not really checking with anything. Jab to medium punch are really good here. If you're feeling bold, stand heavy punch. If you want to air to air, jump light kick, just incredible button. Jump light punch if you think they're going to be a little bit closer to the ground. Fortune doesn't usually get above you enough to warrant trying to jump medium punch, and it's also hard to get confirms all the time off of those hits, so it's a meh button to go for, but in this game in general, you've got to be preemptive at some point. You can't just react to everything because of how much garbage is going on, so getting used to just throwing out good, solid spacing options, and then adapting if you start getting punished for it. But yeah, so that jab, love it. Again, if you're jumping here, L-Toss is something I'd highly recommend. You just get a tier right in front of you. Oh, no confirm. Back. Good.
Confirm. We go to the corner.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we went for that.
That's a risk. Okay.
Yeah, it is. One thing I will say, if this is the only route you have, I understand. This route really sketches me out for specifically this reason. On lights especially, you catch them so high that all of this stuff in the air becomes really inconsistent. So if you're going to be going for this, I highly recommend delaying the medium kick. And then you've probably already messed with this if you practice this route a lot, just getting used to the different timings, figuring out when and where you're supposed to delay different things, because how you're delaying her air hits is really important to how Parasol just stabilizes combos. So you salvaged it, but I just wanted to give my little talk on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
way down.
So another reason why that's so sketchy is the higher up people are for air resets, the harder it is for you to do anything meaty, and you give them so much more time to react to everything you're doing on the ground. So the lower you can keep them in the vortex when you're trying to like high-low them or cross under them is incredibly important. That's why you'll see Gelato, when she's doing the mid-screen stuff, she changes her routes depending on which weight of character she's playing against. So either way, if she does same side or cross-up jab, it will be meaty and they cannot jump out of it, they cannot do anything else like that. But yeah, there's a lot of parasol information. Let's look at the other characters.
Oh man, that was actually really good.
Good
area.
Overhead.
Overhead.
Okay. All right. Up backing.
Up backing.
Counter.
Counter.
Nice.
Good counter. Hit him with it. Oh, we'll go straight into it. All right, well.
Zoning, it takes space aggressively if they're giving it to you. 100%.
We're kind of committing a little too hard to the JHK. Honestly, you could just go for the shots instead of
Yep.
delaying your air momentum like that there.
And also, one thing... So I played against Race recently. They do this a lot. Where they just use their mobility, get into a really weird place in the middle of the screen that people usually don't get with a different amount of momentum than is usually there, and then so they go... Once they're getting into the spot, they react afterwards with what they're doing. So it's like you have jump light punch if someone's really close, you have jump heavy punch as just a solid wall in the air. If people are giving you that much space, press jump heavy kick and catch them in those areas. At least for me, right now, I'm still figuring out how to deal with this, because it's something I don't see very often. And it seems quite solid, and I would assume it's pretty solid if it's one of Race's main options in neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Dahlia's not that much of a zoning character, but like in the mid screen, like with round start distance, he's doing the shots pretty fast. Pretty good.
I don't think you can DHC off of bomb, can you?
You can, but it's like in the first few frames when she's letting go of the bomb. It's like exactly during the super flash.
Yeah, no, I would... You can play pretty zoney as Dahlia, you do still need to be able to mix it up IMO. It's much more of a parasol situation where you're most threatening when they think they have to approach through the zoning, and then you can just change it on a dime and go forward.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, push block.
Oh, no.
Overextend afterwards, yeah. You've gotten most of those out of your system. You do that a lot less than you used to. I'm very happy to see it. Oh, good DP assist call. You didn't quite believe in it.
Uh-oh, down. You got a level 3 for that, actually. As an option to get past it.
Yeah, and as far as I understand, Dahlia Robo is not a fun matchup. I can understand tagging there. It's a little bit scary, but if you think they're going to be going for beams, usually it's fine to tag. Okay, I think my GPU is freaking out.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, hopefully that fixed it. If I was roboting, I apologize.
Oh, were you robot?
If I was roboting, I can't. You'd probably tell me if I was. I'd hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to see this hit.
Yeah, we gotta skim back a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go all the way back to here.
There. Incoming, I think with JLP? Yeah, we did.
Yeah. When Annie's put themselves in this space is honestly when I'm very happy as a Parasol player. She does not have great ways to actually... Your air buttons are straight up better, and some of your ground buttons stuff a lot of her air approaches. Stand heavy punch here is phenomenal. It usually beats out her jump heavy punch, and that's the only threat. It will consistently beat jump medium punch, jump light kick, all those other random things that might try and air dash at you with. I haven't had anyone crazy enough to just try and helm breaker me out of it, so I don't actually know how that interaction would go. But if I haven't seen it, you probably won't. Other than that, you always have up back, jump light kick that can just beat a lot of things she does. You can always go for the dash cross under So if you want out of the corner here and you see them this high in the air, you just try and dash under them and jab them for anything they do. Annie's being in this space is something Annie players really like to do, 1, and 2, I think it's not a great position in this matchup for them to be in. So that was a reasonable contest. We gotta get the hit afterwards, that I think is the biggest thing. What are we doing with our bar?
We haven't done much until this fortune spin the bar right here on this confirm.
Yeah.
Let's take off the 3.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's still.
again, we've been push blocking here consistently and not quite recognizing we don't gotta hold any of this.
Yeah.
Also, funnily enough, if you don't want to commit to a button here and you still see them go for the axe kick, if you chicken block this, so if you neutral jump rather than up back and avoid it, you can get a punish afterwards with your jab. Other than that, again, air hits you usually don't need the bikes for. I think you can still get a confirm here. Yeah, I would believe that your light kick picks up here. Light kick into heavy punch, and then L shot route from there. Yeah. Don't get caught. Oh, they know. Wait, they don't.
No, they don't. Spin the bar. Long time.
Wake up level 3.
Oh, wake up. Man, unfortunately.
Yeah, getting.
We let him do it.
So we got a PBGC. Yeah, after that pillar whiffs, I am doing level 3 all the time. I'm honestly autopiloting into level 3 on hit or on whiff. It just needs to come out, otherwise the game's over. As you saw.
At that point, it's just hit desperation, cut your losses, do the thing. Oh yeah, the hit, but we didn't confirm. Oh, no.
Yeah, they might have thought A-Train was actually gonna scoop them. Caught. Push block, unfortunate.
Oh, we tried for counter again.
Yep. Oh,
we tried for counter again. Oh.
Okay, Bandos are mid, so we don't really have any safety HCs. Good pickup.
H. Okay. Mid.
Good hawk.
Double trace. Oh, what did we tag?
Was that supposed to be PBDC?
No, that was tag.
I think they were going for alpha counter.
Alpha counter. I see.
Like most unfortunate timing.
Would have been a really hard alpha counter, to be honest.
Yeah. So you come in and you have 3 frames to do whatever input you actually do, which means for any super inputs you're fishing for, you have to do them all frame perfectly.
Yeah.
For stuff that's that active. Yeah, that sort of stuff can happen if you're not keeping track of your PB. My favorite is getting a PBGC backdash and exploding.
True.
Brass.
Nice brass.
Oh, we didn't really need to give them that space, but you get the Oki, jump light kick. I think we gotta work on delaying these throws a bit more. That's the second or third time we've seen it a little too early. Understanding when block stun ends. We take those.
Ouch. No zipper.
Even though H brass doesn't quite go full screen, it's Kara medium kick.
Whoa.
Brass that goes full screen. So you can still punish stuff like that. Barrel? Is that actually safe?
Go back? I don't think they got punished. I think they just stopped blocking.
No, it was more just... Is that a thing?
That was safe, yeah. That was safe. Yeah, they just tried to press buttons after it.
Yeah, no, I didn't think they got punished for it. I just couldn't remember if that interaction was actually safe or not. Like, guy.
Right.
Oh,
The barrel's
barrel.
gone. The little barrel that could. The little barrel that could.
Nice. Oh, they're pressing buttons a little bit faster.
That's so cool. The barrel. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, that was safe.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
But like that's what I'm talking about. Just full send it on your push blocks, especially in games that like aren't tournament sets, and just figure out what does and doesn't work.
Yeah. You just need to get more comfortable with it, and maybe just do it more often.
Do we know time?
I don't
Looks like we do.
Oh, we're a little too slow on that pickup there.
But we still win.
Oh, we don't want any now. They just kind of let go of the button there. Action. JP. Ooh, we're jumping. No tech. Counter.
Yeah. I do like at a certain point. Once your reversals are missing this consistently, you need to reevaluate exactly when you're going for them, because clearly the times you think they're going to work, they are not working.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's something to stop fishing for in, like, disadvantage, but you start going for it more in scrambles, or you look at their pressure a little bit differently and try and fit it in during gaps, rather than, like, after you've push blocked and reset everything, because it's been consistently avoided, apparently.
No block.
Ooh, what?
Wake up.
Was that Elbrax?
That was Elbrass.
I mean, it had to be, yeah.
Wow.
We got that out.
Okay.
Got the punch?
Good work. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yep, they're a little bit too close for that. Jump light punch is such a good button, and I don't know how much I've actually seen you press it.
Oh, jump light punch? They
Yeah,
haven't pressed it yet.
Get the confirm. Boop, boop.
Wait.
Yep.
Oh wait, this is where we need to know what our strings look like.
Damn.
Oh.
I can provide a different route, if you'd like a slightly different mid-screen one.
Oh. No block. TP?
Good reaction.
Oh, that was a good reaction, actually, yeah.
Yeah, you do have to cancel a little bit earlier to
Yeah.
actually get the confirm, though. Yeah, misinputs happen. I am currently learning Central Fiction, and I cannot figure out for the life of me why some of my inputs just aren't read properly. And so it's like, you kind of start to get a feel for why things are dropping and how to avoid them.
Yeah. These move buttons have to go very fast.
That's the thing. It's like I think I'm doing it too fast, but I can't tell it.
Oh,
I just hate
that
the
is
boat
valid.
input.
I've also done it way too fast, and like some buttons require speed and others do not. It's hard to find a rhythm.
I play Amane. And play is generous. I'm like 30 or 40 hours in and trying to learn the game. But I was constantly told to play another fighter so I could learn other FG fundamentals. Because I have a very skewed perspective as an only XG player. Again, CF was one of the games that was fast enough to actually still keep my interest.
Understand. Hey.
So yeah, I've signed up for Central Fiction for Combo Breaker as well.
Nice.
That'll be interesting.
I feel like you'll make it pretty far.
We'll see. I gotta grind SG though for those Chipotle burrito.
Right? I didn't know that was gonna be a thing.
It's so funny to me.
Amazing. Crazy.
Oh.
My only real Blaze Blue experience I have is with the first one on PS3.
Oh dear. Yeah.
And Calamity Trigger, so I'm not sure what was changed. But I played Rogdan Noel, and it was like, these characters are great, they're fun. And then I learned Noel got shot to the depth of the earth. So.
Oh, good press. Oh, no way.
Remember that you have shots. Thank you. Unlike a lot of our players in B-Grade yesterday, we all forgot to look at our UI element that specifically tells us when we're out of shots.
Oh no, we didn't cash out.
Oh, that would have been such a cash out.
Raw tag to para right now, please.
Yeah, absolutely get out of there. Get out of there. Hello?
And recalling our bleeding assist. It worked, but it's really sketchy.
Dahlia's gonna die. Oh, do not be calling banned for this. Oh no.
Level 3.
Girl.
Oh, on reaction. Brass,
right?
SSJ, Parasol level 3, and I'm pretty sure she's
They-
dead. If
Yes.
not, you have the meter to snap and get rid of them.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, Brass on point or as an assist, obviously you're running A-Train, so it doesn't matter as much, is a phenomenal answer to this level 3.
I would have sent it all the way. Yes.
You can snap both. So if you snap a bunny, the single bunny goes away. If you snap the point character, all of the bunnies go away immediately. Yeah. Think of it like Squiggly level 3.
Yeah, same sort of dealie.
Other than that, obviously them getting hit puts them into a little bit of hit stun. So yeah, Brass initially stuns them, and then you do what you can afterwards. Oh, that wins.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, because
it goes under. Yeah,
their projectile and foam. They just get hit with a bunch of armor hits.
No, I wasn't thinking about them. I was thinking about the barrel.
The barrel. Oh, of course, the barrel. Yeah. It's a no.
Good to know. Oh
gosh.
Yeah, pressing into that. Oh no. Oh.
She disappeared. Oh. Really good roll up. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Come on.
Yeah. No, like there's a lot of stuff on screen.
You didn't know this?
Yeah, I mean it was added in one of the like penultimate patches before she got fully released.
Fairly certain patch before final. Oh, good.
Get confirm. I'm not quite unfortunate. Oh, good block, even though it didn't even come out through. Again, working on those confirms. I think I agree with spending meter for that.
Didn't really need to.
Yeah, it was only a little bit more on Dizzy. He would still have had plenty for the incoming. That
avoided everything. Oh, snap ASAP, brother.
Let's go. We have this.
A
little bit wonky.
Oh, mixture. Oh no, that's a miss.
Also, fair point. That's we don't see you even with a lot of meter spending on custom reloads. And so for neutral, oftentimes people default to ice. Some of the other ones are pretty good. Lightning and beam tend to do silly things. And then buckshot's just, I always want to be plus.
Pretty much.
So you can spend a meter and pick and choose how you want to play Dahlia. So you can experiment with that a little bit, especially because you have been just left with excess meter often. Bonk. Oh, no brass.
Oh no,
Full
man.
sent it with the brass there.
The bombo. La bomba. Yeah, no, that wasn't gonna work at all.
At this point, I'd probably just level 1, level 3.
Yeah, I'm backing a lot. The girls.
But yeah, no. You don't need to hard commit to the Dahlia zoning. Jump heavy kick's a good button, but so are there buttons.
Yes, we're committing too hard into it and up backing a little bit too much.
Especially if we don't have those confirms.
Yes. Like you got the JHK into the shot, but then you don't have the what's it called? Or air dash into the
Assault.
JHK confirmed after that. Assault, that's it.
I think they just started calling it that. I don't know if it has a different name, but it's assault.
It does have a different name, but it's heckin' assault.
Oh. A little bit of spaghetti. Also keep in mind we don't have shots that face that direction. But yep, we don't got shots. Oh! Man, that was brave. Snapper in? Fair enough.
Snapper in?
Mistimed the incoming slightly.
Oh no.
That's way too close to be pressing that button.
Like way too
Here,
close. That's absolutely.
jump light kick kind of stuffs things here. Jump heavy punch is slower, but it's a big wall that will hit people here. Jump light punch. I don't know if Annie's that short. I forget exactly where jump light punch hits, but this is like perfect for it.
Just about. Then might hit her head.
Yeah, and you've been out of bullets for the past like 20 school seconds.
That's true. I haven't seen a single trap in this whole set.
If you want to commit to harder zoning, yeah, Doily does a lot of work. Similar threat to
Yeah.
Peacock Teleport, where it's just like, oh, you're running at me too much. I'm gonna just watch for you to overcommit and reset. Have another colored corner to run to.
Yeah. I thought you said another cupboard to run to.
Yep, that's why I reiterated. I said something that I don't actually know what it was.
Oh no. Ah, Bella. Oh gosh.
That's fine. English isn't my first language. Oh, still, yeah. Now we finally get the reload.
At least you looked at your UI element.
After we missed our shot. We had also already done an empty shot like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Calling assist there is a little brave, but it's a DP assist.
Yeah, we're still hard committing.
Oh.
There, but counter! I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Uh oh. Oh, dude, huh?
Good punish.
Man.
Oh, we don't punish that. Did we push block it? Oh, yeah. I mean, if I get hit by this, I am trying to dash forward and jab immediately.
Right.
Did it a little late. Oh, whoa, that was close enough
A little
to...
too far. A little too far.
Did they just not block? Yeah, they just weren't blocking.
Yeah.
Which delay assist are they running? Grenade. M won't hit here. Yeah, so at this range, you have a couple of tier assists. You only really have one, which is snipe. If you have assists that work with it, you can do 8 shot plus assist. and the H shot travels faster than the L shot, so it actually combos, and then the assist keeps the combo going for you to go afterwards, but I don't think M shot really allows you to do that, so you gotta stick here.
Yeah, maybe L shot. L shot probably the best bet right there. It's the fastest.
Well, I think they did L shot, and I think it just did combo. Yeah.
Oh no!
Got 360. That happens.
They're alive. No, we sent Dahlia to the grave.
Yep.
Good tips from Ronaldo.
Yes. Yeah, they're still working on getting routes fully down, so resets are on the way shortly.
Yeah.
But as is, they're still working on getting those BNBs consistent.
What? Yeah, we're
Nice.
There's a counter. I think that's what we were trying for. We got counter.
Probably.
They push rock.
Oh, a little bit too far. The jump heavy punch.
Oh, nice confirm.
Yeah, that's a button I want to see you press a lot more.
Nice low.
Her jump medium punch is great for air and airs. Her jump light punch.
Oh, this is unnecessary. That was very unnecessary.
I can see the argument for wanting a dizzy on incoming, but yeah, that's probably would lean towards just finish the combo. Throw wake up, fair enough. I don't think that punished. I think they pressed after.
I think they pressed after here.
Oh, unfortunate drop. That doesn't have hit stop, does it?
You panicked and sent kill, but they were in the combo. You just pressed another button, and they were dead. You were in danger.
Oh, no confirm. With the jab.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta work on these.
Oh wow! Oh, they did the LK one. Yeah.
Yeah. The breast ended out. Yeah. Dual K is a really good pin button.
Yeah.
Kind of just keep pressing it. And oh yeah, it's like a third beat. That's the end. Alright, this is the how do we deal with Philia, and this is a pretty good Philia running right at you.
That's an okay round start, but
oh, that could have been so much worse.
No, we're driving ourselves into the corner.
Yep.
Oh, we're trying to rely on counter.
Fishing on the counter.
Drop it.
Oh no.
I think that was another counter. Can you actually put it back?
Oh, you're just not blocking.
Oh.
Snap.
Bring her back.
Cross up.
Cross up. That was a punish. That was unreal.
Good pillar bikes. You get the confirm there.
Ooh.
It's probably another. It's probably the thing for Parasol homework is get used to confirming off of pillar bikes or just pillar in the air. It's incredibly important to recognize off. Because her step dash is quite good and her 5 light kick picks up farther than you think it does.
Bonk, spin both bar. Hey.
Yeah. Name of the game versus Philia is preemptive buttons. Everything she does, I mean not everything she does, but most of the stuff she does is going to be too fast for you to react to, and you just straight up have the higher quality buttons. You have farther reaching, more disjointed buttons. Philia hates approaching into that. You just gotta make it annoying. And obviously she has brass behind her, so it's a little bit more scary, but that's also part of just dealing with brass.
Yeah. Overhead. Decent blocks. Whoa, no, good. Okay. What was that? No, yeah, that was what they wanted.
No, player 2.
Or not.
It was supposed to be a snap.
Was it a messed up quarter circle?
I'm not sure, but it looks like a snap input to me.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why I didn't call out. Oh yeah, small optimization. Save your scaling for band DP. You are 100% correct, Ronaldo. Just take the hit, use the sound stun, get the combo after.
Meant to be a snap for Philly? You wanted the snap Philly?
Damn. I can understand versus this team just saying, I am not dealing with ban.
To get like to deal with ban. That's fair. Yeah.
You definitely look like you're struggling to deal with brass. Honestly, this looks like more of a brass issue than affiliate issue.
Yeah, the round starts so far have been down by call brass, so Dahlia's options could have been like up forward, press buttons, call DP assist. Or like you could just sweep the brass as it's incoming with Dahlia and do shot and back call your assist back you up.
Yeah, because this is like, I can tell you how to play defense versus Philia, but this isn't necessarily playing versus Philia. This is you got pushed in the corner by brass, and then the Philia's on top of you doing what she wants to do.
She's just kind of doing whatever because brass is back here up. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
That's just gonna be a snap back to Dahlia.
I don't necessarily know how many. Oh my god.
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't know how many of these tag inputs are miss inputs, but I know a lot of them aren't. You gotta stop going for raw tag as much. Straight up.
It's actually kind of getting you killed really hard.
Oh, no!
Well, that would have been an interesting punish. That would have been an interesting punish there. Oh wow, they didn't. That was to the pixel. It's crazy. Heavy counter hit. Goodbye, band.
Looks like we're panicking a bit more. We're reverting more to brass train neutral.
Yeah.
Especially versus
what is
you're
happening?
Gone. Or
what
not.
is happening?
Unironically versus Philia, playing patient as band is incredibly strong. Your jab stuffs a lot of her IDs. Symbols is incredibly obnoxious for her to approach. She has like nothing to do with it besides like really getting a well-timed ringlet spike in, and you kind of just avoid that. Yeah, looks like we gotta figure out how to adjust our game plan for dealing with brass.
Or grip.
It's something you always have to respect.
I feel like right now we're just hitting panic mode.
Yep. Also,
because that whole sequence is weird.
Yeah, when I see this brass here, I'm level 3. I'm saying I am getting damage on this assist, I'm taking my turn. And I'm gonna try and force myself to kill your Annie before that band gets much of that life back. This ends up working, but it's, yeah. Oh, good. Tick throw. Alright, what's the mix? Ooh. Slightly too early on the throws. That's been a common theme. And we are dead. Okay, so yeah, I will go into the lab a little bit before the end of this because I had talked about a couple things, and then I also want to talk about how to deal with brass. Try and do it quickly-ish. And then affiliate doesn't matter. Band. Yeah. So what I was talking about earlier, having this here, like this just has a wall you can detonate at any point in time. This is incredibly nice to have. have it on replay? Okay. So you were asking about conversions off of level 3. You just cancel quickly and run out. Just dash as fast as you possibly can. And sometimes you can't get it because, like, sometimes if you cancel early, they can react post-flash, and if you cancel predictively, you're just gonna die because Parasol level 3 loses to certain things. Like, I wouldn't do it versus Philia because Gregor just outright beats it. Unless you have something to DHC War afterwards. But that's sort of the things I'm... Okay, now dealing with Brass, there's, like, 3 things I mainly want to talk about. There is... You can chicken block it, incredibly strong, mitigate the time you're affected by it. Avoidance, if they call it from far enough away, just try and not deal with it entirely. Much easier said than done. Weaving these in to while you're playing neutral at the same time will take active thought and consideration. Don't be upset if you like try and chicken block it and you end up just getting a fist to the face. It's a long working progress. I suck at chicken blocking it properly still, and I've been working on it for like half a year, off and on. Final point. One great way to do... Okay, I messed that up. One great way to deal with Brass is hold it, counter call. Highly recommend counting the assist, especially because you have Parasol DP assist. That's one of the things that's honestly incredible at, is for counter calling. It's a good chunk of damage, it's a DP assist, so they kind of have a hard time contesting you to actually protect their assist further. And if they're close enough for the DP assist to hit them, they've gotten their assist hit, they are now in disadvantage and it is your turn. Highly recommend doing that. And then even if you're not going to counter call it, just hitting the assist as best you can.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about hitting the assist yourself. And especially because Pillar deals like 1,500 damage. It's a pretty significant hit. It's a much more significant hit than if you just jab it.
Yeah.
As well as not putting yourself at any risk. And then... Well, I'll let you... I think you had something you wanted to say first.
Addendum to hitting the assist, you could be a madman like me and just sweep it outright.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But I am a madman, and if you don't want to risk getting hit, all the other options are a lot better. I just like trying to get the heaviest hit possible on the assist to make sure like they feel it.
And then one final thing, I'd honestly, and this is a little bit of the Penny teachings talking to me, I'd kind of discourage, if I could do a basic Parasol route, doing L Egret combos here. I would highly recommend either if you're going to do this, just take the big guy. Get used to the dashing. It's really important for this. It's really important for converting off your level 3. Don't avoid it. Just try and practice it. It sucks to get used to and it feels bad when you drop it, but you'll only get more consistent over time.
Would you also recommend substituting Eligrid for Toss in that segment?
I think Egret gives you more meter.
More meter Egret? Ah.
Yeah. L Egret actually gives you a substantial amount of meter.
Okay.
But yeah. Otherwise, I'd recommend learning Launcher First routes. This also sets up your default Parasol Vortexes incredibly quickly. The one I recommend is not the typical wiki one.
Yeah. That one.
This one is a little bit more damage. The one downside to at least this route is you gotta get used to L-shot dash. If you're a little bit afraid of that, kind of makes sense. God, windowed SG, please stop. And then the upside for this is it keeps them lower. Oh, wrong start button. For when you're going into your mix. So they have less time to react when they're falling, and you can do meteor buttons. Obviously, the other one is... I'm bad at timing this one, because I don't like timing this one. because the timing is a lot more finicky. But obviously, I think you're more familiar with this one, so you know the route that goes with that. Launcher first routes are something I would highly recommend in Parasol. Obviously, I'm not telling you to do this route, because this is sweaty and you have no reason to learn this. I missed the pillar, but you get the point. Yeah, those are kind of my recommendations for routing, etc.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then talking about pillar. If they're remotely close to you, if they're close enough on the ground to get hit by a pillar, you're probably getting a confirm. Like if they're max distance pillar away, it might not work. Otherwise, 100% full send. That one is somewhere you need to snipe, but you don't get OTG there. So it's like, it kind of depends. You get a feel for when it will and won't work. But especially point blank, you get confirms. Versus the bigger characters, it's a lot easier to just do that is the default confirm I'd recommend you get used to. It's harder because you kind of need to time the launcher at a whiff, but it immediately sends you into your launcher first routes, which sets you up to reset immediately and not have to deal with the scaling of bikes. So yeah, there's all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and then we talked a lot about the character-specific stuffs, but again, less Dahlia jump heavy kick, more jump heavy punch, more jump light punch, more jump medium punch. Can also use your grounded buttons a little bit more, especially trap. Mess around with doilies. Like, doilies allow you to run a lot more backwards and then still always have the, I can just get myself out of this corner anytime I want. And it's something they have to respect, and if they approach too fastly, you just get the hell out of dodge. Bans, we talked about it. Liked a lot of what I was saying. Did not like that once the pressure started heating up, you started reverting a little bit more to A-Train, brass, neutral. Yeah.